It's some of y'all watching this right now that's not even subscribed. That's weird. That's like stalking it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video of Vibes Remastered. Y'all know the vibes. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notifications when I post. Make sure you follow me on all of my social media. It will be in the description box down below. Without further ado, let's get into this video. First things first, man, if you haven't checked out my previous video, I will put the link for that down in the description box below, and I will also insert it right here. Second thing second, welcome back to the channel. For those of y'all that don't know, I just recently joined the Army.
Well, no fucking shit.
I just recently finished basic training and AIT. One of the things that I said I wanted to do when I came back was just make a sit-down video talking about my experience and just a couple tips and things that I think you should know before shipping. So before I get into it, I have uploaded a couple shorts since I've been back. This is my first full-length video that I've done since I've been back, but y'all seem to really like the Army content. Y'all seem to really enjoy the shorts that I've put up, and I just want to say thank you so much for the views and the likes and the comments on those. So thank y'all so much for that. Second thing second, I'm gonna try to keep this, you know what I'm saying, kind of brief.
Stop the cap.
I do ramble a lot. I do tend to say a lot. I do tend to say the word like a lot. I was just telling my girlfriend today, like, I low-key can't talk.
Shut your stupid ass up.
First thing that I want to talk about as far as my experience goes is just the moment that it became surreal to me. The moment that I knew I had to lock in. Pretty much, when I landed in the St. Louis airport, for those of y'all that don't know, I did my AIT and my basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I will do a separate video of my AIT experience just because everybody has a different MOS. I also didn't see a lot of videos honing in on my MOS, probably because it's fading out. I am a 31 Echo. For those of y'all that don't know, that is corrections. So
that man should be arrested immediately.
We'll still do a video on it. I will talk about my experience and the things that you need to expect there, but back to the topic. The moment that it got serious for me is when I landed in St. Louis airport. We went to the USO after landing and just kind of waited around until we were called outside.
No.
Called out into the little space right there in front of the USO, and it was a drill sergeant out there, and she basically told us, like, I'm a drill sergeant. That's what you will refer to me as. Yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant, whatever. And just teaching us the position of attention and parade rest when we are talking or if we have a question about anything. So it really hit me like, damn, like, I'm really in the Army. Like, so that was a very surreal moment for me. I knew I had to lock in, and then the drive to the actual base from the airport was like 2 hours, so I kind of had a little bit of time to get my mind right, you know, meet a couple people. But yeah, that moment was, it just made it surreal for me for sure. Oh, if y'all see me keep looking down, it's because I got a little list here going just to keep everything organized. As I said a couple minutes ago, I'm not the best talker. I actually recorded a full-length video before this, and it was all over the place. I was rambling. It was terrible, and I edited the whole thing, and I was like, I cannot upload this shit. Like,
cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Second thing I want to talk about as far as my experience goes, it was fairly easy for me. Before I went in, I was in pretty good shape. I was working out every other day, so it wasn't really, I don't want to use the word hard, but it was definitely some challenging moments to it, which I will get into. But I mean, it was pretty good. My communication was pretty good. I wasn't a shitbag, you know. I did what I had to do. I wasn't perfect, but yeah, it was a pretty easy experience for me. I will get into those tough requirements and things that we went through. I actually have them listed. So first one that I got is shower drills. You're going to get everything that you need to shower, and they're going to have you lined up. It's going to be like, depending on where you go, for us, it was like 5 showers in there. Or it might have been like 7, 8.
Are you slow?
Don't quote me. They're going to literally time you. It was very stress inducing, for sure. I'm not the type of person that likes to be wet.
No! Quick to the slow!
I don't like my clothes sticking to me when I'm wet. And there will be times where like you get in there, you try to get your hot spots, and they're like, okay, time's up. Like that time goes by so fast, and you would just have to throw your clothes on. You still soaked under. You get back to the bay, and it's just like this feels like I hate that feeling. But it wasn't really tough. It was just one of those things where it's like, oh, this kind of it sucks. Second thing that I want to say was kind of hard for me in the beginning because I wasn't used to it is rucking.
The purpose of it is, for one, to get from point A to point B.
It was that one in between that really got to me. The 3 mile was cool, 7.5 and the 10 mile cool, but that 5 mile it did me in, y'all. And it definitely had, you know, a lot to do with my body not being used to it. In the beginning, rucking was very hard for me, but as I did it, it progressively got easier. Yeah, the 5 mile, you about lost your girl. I ain't gonna lie. Battle march and shoot.
On June 19th, cadets from the 3rd Regiment got an early and rainy start. The regiment was performing the battle march and shoot exercise, meant to teach the cadets how to fire under pressure. Cadets start with a 4-mile ruck, ending at the range, and within a few minutes of finishing, step out onto the range to fire.
Those of y'all that don't know what that is basically a ruck march to a gun range. It could be about 4 to 5 miles. I think ours was somewhere in between, like 4.5. We had the ruck packing list plus more. We had the IOTV on, which is like this vest that has like 15-pound plates in it. We had our weapon and our ACHs, and I don't even want to use the word ruck. We literally ran to the freaking gun range.
Lord Jesus.
As soon as we stepped off the drill pad and we started like jogging, I'm like, wait a minute now. Hold up. I didn't fall out. You know, I made it through, but I definitely was, you know, in the front in the beginning, and I made my way to the back. And you know, it'd be times I had to catch my breath, and then I had to catch back up to make sure, you know, I wasn't too close to the fallout truck. But battle march and shoot, it was very hard for me. It was. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I literally, and me and my battle buddies talk about this all the time. Like, I'd rather go through the gas chamber 5 times back to back before doing that one time. Like, literally, like, I hated it. It was like one of the worst things ever. I'm not gonna lie. Well, one of the last things that I want to say was not really hard, but like I said, challenging for me was just the FTXs against my allergies.
12 o'clock!
I was excited to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get that feel of being out in the woods, running through the woods, running lanes, pulling security and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, that fucked my back up. It was definitely an experience I was looking forward to, but my allergies are terrible. The moment that we got there and we set up, you know, our rucks and got down in the prone position and stuff like that, instantly, like, my eyes got watery, nose started running. Like, I barely got any sleep when we were there because, like, I was up blowing my nose like every 5 minutes. So I literally hated that. Like, that sucked for me. So I think as far as, you know, my experience overall, just with everything, the drill sergeants that I had, the battle buddies that I had, everything was pretty smooth. Like, there was definitely moments where I wanted to rip a couple people's heads off, and I know they wanted to rip my head off too, because I had my slip-ups. But I mean, overall, like I said, it was a really good experience. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of battle buddies that I could depend on, and I'm happy that I went through it and that I made it through. So shout out to Fort Lost in the Woods, man. Now, I'm going to get into just a couple things and tips that I think will help the next person going in, the next person that's going to be shipped. I just, you know, I kind of racked my brain. I didn't want to go over every little thing because I'm like, it's a lot to cover. And like I said in the beginning of the video, some things you literally have to go through on your own to know what that experience is like. So I just tried to break it down, keep it simple, just point out the things that I think are the most important. Number 1, it's like a 3-in-1. First thing that you need to know or that you need to learn is the Army song, Soldier's Creed, and your general orders. Now, when you get to your base, wherever you're going to be for your basic training, you're not going straight into basic training. You are going to be at reception first. Reception is a lot of hurry up and wait. Get used to hearing that. Hurry up and wait. Reception is a lot of paperwork, making sure Your pay is right, making sure you got your uniforms, things of that nature. It's very boring. First, I want to say like 2 days of you getting there, you're not really gonna get no sleep. You just gonna be up looking crazy, trying not to fall asleep as you wait in line for whatever you need to get done. So just be prepared for that. But my point, when you get there, you are going to get all of your gear, and you're also going to get a brown book, and you're going to get a blue book. The blue book is going to have the 3 things plus more that I listed. It's going to have the Soldier's Creed in there. It's going to have the Army song. And it's also going to have your general orders. You're going to have time at reception to look over those things. You're going to have time at reception to study those things and make sure that you have it down packed. Me personally, I wish I would have learned these things before I went in, because I will say for me, I don't know why, but the Army song and the general orders really was kicking my ass when I was trying to learn it. The Soldier's Creed, I got that down pretty quick, but I don't know, it was something about the Army song and the general orders. But like I said, you're going to have time to study those things and, you know, get it in your mind before you actually go to basic while you're in reception. But I just, you know, if you want to get a head start and start learning those things now, it's on Google, it's on YouTube. Keep going over it in your head, keep rereading it, have someone quiz you on it, write it if you need to. Those 3 things, they're gonna continuously ask you what those things are. Hey, what's the second general order? Hey, sing the Army song. Hey, sing the Soldier's Creed. Well, not sing it, but you know what I mean. You also want to make sure when you are saying these things, you are sounding off. You're going to hear that your whole time being there. You might even hear that reception to sound off.
Hey, sound off! Tell me right now, what is your freaking problem? Why can you not watch that?
Because if you don't, they gonna think you don't give a fuck about it. They gonna think you have no sense of pride, no hunger. You don't have a reason to be here. So I will say myself, my whole time being there from February to June, I had no freaking voice. People literally knew who I was, like talking, like in the showers and stuff like that. They're like, that's Graham, because I ain't had no freaking voice. Like, it was just so distinct. So yeah, just make sure you're sounding off and, you know, showing them that you care and you want to be there. Second thing I got is stay hydrated and stay fueled. I can't stress this enough. When you get there, when you get to reception, one of the things that you are going to get with your gear is a Camelback. Insert picture. You are going to make sure that it's full every single day. It's a part of your uniform once you get it. You're going to make sure that you have a full water source. They're always going to tell you that. It may not always be a good thing when they tell you to bring a full water source, but it's a part of your uniform now. You're going to need to have it full, always. Whether you're going in during the summertime, whether you're going in the winter, you still want to be hydrated, because everything is going to be fast. You're going to be running everywhere. You're going to be moving with a sense of urgency with everything that you do. So you just want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. You also want to make sure that you're eating as well.
Everything goes on your track!
When you get to the defact, you're going to have 15 minutes to eat each meal. You're going to get 3 meals a day. Shovel that shit.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
Even if you like are a picky eater and you're like, oh, like I don't want my food touching, you're gonna learn to not care. Because one way that you're gonna finish your food in 15 minutes is you're gonna mix it all together. You're gonna throw a little hot sauce on there, salt, pepper, whatever you want to put on there, and you're gonna get that spoon. You ain't gonna use a fork. You're gonna get that spoon, you're gonna shovel that up. Yeah. Long story short, stay hydrated, stay fueled. Make sure you're getting that energy. Prepare to be restless but ready. As I said before, you are going to be tired. You're going to be running everywhere. You're going to be expected to do everything with a sense of urgency, because you are training to save your life, your battle buddy's life, and defend your country. So, like, they're not here to play games with you. They don't care if you're tired. They don't care if you got 2 scoops of sleep the night before. You're still going to be expected to show up with the proper uniform on. Make sure you got all your patches on you. You're going to be expected to have all your inspectable items on you. Your dog tag, your pen, something to write on. You're going to be expected to have a full water source. Your drill sergeant might pull you like, hey, grab a battle buddy. I got something I need you to do for me. Make me a list of da-da-da-da-da. I want it tomorrow. They don't care if you're tired. You're going to be expected to have that list of whatever it is that they needed tomorrow. It just is what it is. Be prepared to get up at 04 in the morning. Be prepared to go to sleep at night, and for them to come in and wake you up and smoke you for like 30 minutes. You just never know what you're going to get for real. So just be prepared for that. You're going to be tired, but you're still going to be expected to perform 100%. So attention to detail. Attention to freaking detail. It's important, guys. Drill sergeants, they're looking at the company as a whole, but when it comes down to platoon, when it comes down to squads, when it comes down to you as an individual, they are paying attention to the details. They don't miss anything. I'll give you an example. Your boot lace is being tucked in. You want to make sure those are tucked in. Your cargo pants, you want to make sure the strings at the bottom aren't hanging out. Tuck your cargo pants into your boots. You're making your bed in the morning. They'll show you how to do that when you get there. You want to make sure, you know, you got your hospital corners going. You know, you got the sheet the right length up on the pillow and everything. You want to make sure you're paying attention to detail. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that that they pay attention to. If you have to think, oh, they won't notice. Yes, they will. They will. I'll give y'all an example. It was my flag patch. I forgot to put it on that day. And I'm like, oh, they ain't said nothing yet. Like, maybe I can, you know what I'm saying, play it off a little bit. So I went to my drill sergeant, and I was like, can I run upstairs and get a feminine hygiene product? You know, trying to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to play it off, trying to be smooth. And he like, oh, yeah. And while you up there, grab a flag, too. Yeah, like I said, if you think they're not going to notice, they going to notice. Just go ahead and do the right thing, big dog. Last but not least, it is a mental thing over a physical thing. Yes, it's going to be physically tasking, but it is also going to be mentally tasking as well. If you go in there with a negative mindset, and I mean any kind of negativity, if you, oh, I'm better than everybody, they're going to show you ain't shit. If you go in there and you say, oh, I can't do this, you're more than likely going to fail. Go in there with a positive and a humbled mindset. Help your battle buddies. Don't be a shitbag. When they ask for volunteers, raise your hand. Be involved. Be encouraging to yourself and your battle buddies. Have a positive mindset going in. There's going to be days where you want to crash out on everybody in the bay. You want to cry. You want to punch the wall. It happens. But as long as you dig deep and you find that reason why, you find that one thing to just keep you pushing and tell yourself that it's going to be okay, you will be all right. You will perform at 100%. As long as you're giving 100% and you tell yourself that you can make it through the next thing that's coming, you will be okay. I did pretty good, y'all. My last video was like 30 minutes. I'm only at 23 right now. But if you have any questions, if there's something specific that you want to know, put it in the comments. I will get around to answering everyone that has questions. For those of y'all that stuck... What the fuck?
I don't know about that. I don't know. You might have to cut that.
For those of y'all that stuck around to the end, I really appreciate you. I gotta start talking in slow motion or something. Maybe like my mouth be moving faster than my brain. I don't know. But for those of y'all that stuck around to the end, I really appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notifications when I post. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. It will be in the description box down below. Y'all be on the lookout for my AIT video. And yeah, man, good luck to y'all that are about to ship off and do the same thing that I just did. Don't do nothing stupid, training.
Shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want.